So at Melava Malka, we spoke about the relationship of husband and wife, the Inyan, such an important side of Shalom Bayis, the superpower of gratitude. We spoke about being nice, and then we moved on to this nakuda, which so many people forget. And it's fascinating, this nakuda of laughter and lightness and positivity. It's something which can so easily dry up. Person gets married and the weight of life dwells upon us, and slowly we become more and more serious. And this is something so important to relationship, and again, to become a conscious practitioner of laughter and positivity. A person can choose a partner because of so many reasons, because of looks, because of the family, because of many reasons. And a lot of those reasons are transient. They're there in the background, but they're not the ikka. One thing which is really important, which lasts longer, is that of fun and laughter. That as a couple, you can live a life where there's so much happiness, which comes from obviously being nice, but nice, sometimes there's a seriousness to it. We want to live a life where there's laughter. And a person, as we said, can have status, they can have their responsibilities, and all of this will fade away. What's really important is to keep that smile, to keep that humor. The sense of humor will last longer than everything else. Just imagine sitting there on, rocking chairs years after retirement of work and long after the kids have grown up and moved out. You want to have that simchas hachayim. You want to have that laughter, that enjoyment. And laughter, as we know, as a saying, I think it goes, laughter is worth its weight in gold. A sense of humor is so important. And again, to celebrate, because we can celebrate. We don't need a reason to celebrate. We don't need a reason to be happy. We can learn just to be happy, everything's okay. And laughter is such an important ingredient. Humor is such an important ingredient in life. And a person could have amassed so much wealth. A person could even amass so much Torah learning. And when there's this seriousness, which is an unhealthy seriousness, takes away from everything. But when you have that humor, when you've got that laughter, then it's so deep. It's so deep. And for couples, it's very attractive. When you can laugh together, it's a very attractive middah. It's a very beautiful middah. And when a person can own that, when a person can find laughter and humor, and we make it a priority in our lives, then life becomes always a lot lighter. When something is heavy and there's a little sarcastic joke, it changes everything. It changes your outlook. It changes how you feel. And obviously, we all know how good it is for our health. It's good for our neurology. It's good for our attraction towards each other as spouses. A sense of humor will last you a long, long time after everything else has faded and gone. And in Avodas HaKodesh, sometimes we get very serious in an unhealthy way and we forget to laugh. Laughter is inviting. Laughter is healing. Humor it makes life, wow, we're happier. And so many of my teachers, starting just with the forebearers, the Heilige Ropshitzer, it was known his house was full of humor. He was very witty. He'd make jokes. And his wife, who was a lot more serious when they first got married, she ended up becoming humorous as well, making jokes. Rob Schitzer would play pranks. So what, you think it's stam for people were suffering. People were suffering. There was a lot of depth, a lot of psychological healing behind the humor and behind the jokes. And in our life, we suffer. It's not easy. It's not easy. We're very overwhelmed. That humor, that laughter, that wittiness, to make each other laugh, to go out, to put a smile on your spouse's face, find a joke, find something that they enjoy, humor. It's very, very rewarding. It's very healing. I remember one of my teachers, he would, I don't know if I should say his name because I don't know if this was something more private that he shared with me. He would find jokes in the newspaper, or he would ask others to share jokes with him, and he, mamish, for the sole purpose of sharing it with his wife. His wife was a lot more serious, and she liked it. She liked a good joke, and it would help relax her. And he would come home and say, "Oh, did you hear, Rebbetzin, did you hear this joke? Listen to this joke." And he loved it. He loved it. He loved jokes, but it made her happy. And she used to find jokes for her husband, and she wasn't the jokey type. And she used to tell jokes or, make her kids laugh because she was more serious. And it really, he said, it upgraded the intimacy of their relationship. So I'd like us to think about it. Think about humor. Think about laughter. Think about finding a nice word, a funny word to share with our spouse, to do something funny. The very simple reality of making the other laugh is a game changer. The very simple reality of sharing a humorous joke, it's so profound for us on so many dimensions. So many dimensions. Avodas HaKodesh. Baal Shem Tov used to tell jokes. Rob Schitzer would tell jokes. It's powerful stuff. It's a powerful refuah. And Be'ezras Hashem, we could make our spouse laugh and they could make us laugh. Sometimes just doing silly little things, little dance, to get that grin, that smile on the face. Bracha, mazel, and hatzlacha.